Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my channel. This is me with a simple revert tips to Islam. So we are still talking about fasting. We're still preparing for Ramadan. May Allah enable us to reach Ramadan in the remaining few days. Ameen. So today I'm going to talk about something really interesting here in my living room. So a sister asked me a question. Actually, she's a revert. She asked me a question. She was like, mm, am I allowed to fast when I'm with my boyfriend who is not Muslim? Uh-oh. So there is a common practice among us, we ladies, of eloping with men and then cohabiting with them, being in haram relationships. So the panic comes about when it's time for Ramadan. Actually, in the coming days, we shall hear of Ramadan weddings and nikahs. It's really a common practice. So it really leaves me wondering, why would you wait for Ramadan and then think of making nikah? Eh? So actually, I'm not judging anyone. Of course, none of us is perfect, especially we the reverts. We have a lot of struggles and we have a lot of things to fix. Now, a sister is confused, doesn't know what to do. She's in a haram relationship, and they've been staying together for some time. And now she's wondering, well, what can she do? First of all, to start with the basics. The basic thing is to avoid any haram relationships. We have a lot of narratives in Islam that tell us that their sisters um, that we look up to in the past, when they knew they had become Muslim and they knew they were in a haram relationship, they actually quit those relationships straight away. So I told her it's not about Ramadan, but it's about doing the right thing. So the right thing for you to do is to make sure you find ways of staying in a halal relationship. That's the basic thing to do if you decided to be a Muslim. Sacrifice everything. It's best you annoy or you anger or you pain yourself when um in the way of pleasing Allah. So I told her the first thing you should do is to make sure you stay in a halal relationship. Let's not even talk about Ramadan, but let's start with the basics. That's one thing I told her. Then the other thing I told her, if that's not possible, then sit your man down and explain to him that this is Ramadan and since I'm Muslim, this is what I ought to do. The problem with that is this person might not understand actually what you're talking about. You know, how can you explain to someone that I can't have intercourse with you when I'm fasting? You know, there's a tendency of us just pretending. I mean, you pretend the right thing is just right there before you, but you pretend not to be saying it. I mean, this is the bitter truth. If you having a wife or husband who is not of your religion, which is Islamic faith, then I think you're just pretending. Basically, you're just pretending, and you know the truth. So why don't you face the truth and stop pretending? Why would you wait for Ramadan and then you start panicking and you want fast doing like angering Allah here and there? But of course I'm not Allah. So I told her, if all is not possible, then you fast. Allah is the most merciful and is all the knowing. Me, I don't know anything. I just try to give her my peace of mind. And I told her, it's up to you, but the right is always clear from the wrong thing. That's what I told her. And of course, this problem is not just being faced by derivates. I've seen many Muslim girls, their parents were born Muslims, and she's been raised Muslim and she's been going to Muslim schools and she knows the religion, but she ends up with a man who is not Muslim. They even marry sometimes. Sometimes they elope with them and they are giving birth to children. So sometimes a pillar like Islam, which is so strong and it happens annually, they get to panic and they start now fidgeting and trying here and there fast. I mean, let's stop playing with the religion, guys. since we are getting ready for Ramadan, I think you have a few days, you who is not who is in a haram relationship, you have a few days to quit that relationship. I mean, do it for the sake of Allah. I know it could be tough. Most of us, especially ladies these days, we marry because maybe we've been disappointed with Muslim men before, or we have been, I mean, we've been enticed by money or something like that, or love. I mean, it's up to you. Set your priorities right. Set your priorities right. But if you asked me if you could fast while married or while staying with someone who is not Muslim as your partner, I mean, what do you want me to say? I would tell you, my thinking would be like, why do you waste your time? Stop playing games in religion. I mean, set yourself straight. Set your life so straight. I mean, if you know something is going to cause you problems, especially with your creator, why not quit it? If you know you're in a haram relationship and it's going to stop you from fasting, why don't you quit it? For the sake of Allah. And you say, you know, Allah, I quit this relationship because I wanted to worship you in the right way. Mm? And see how He will not bless you with the partner you want. So if you're in a haram relationship out there, or if you and your partner are not taking Islam seriously, I think it's the high time you set yourself straight. There's also another common thing here in our country where they say that it's in Ramadan that bars are not selling off. I mean, brothers and sisters, I think sometimes we're joking. So someone is insinuating that it's the Muslims who drink a lot of alcohol. Subhanallah. I'm not sure. I don't know. But please, we have a few days. You still have a chance to straighten yourself up. And if you really treasure Ramadan and you really want your Ramadan to be accepted, please straighten yourself straight. And just know whatever is going to happen later on, Shaitan has already set its traps right now. Because Shaitan knows it's going to be changed in the coming days. So it's setting its traps right now. So it's high time you jump Shaitan's traps right now. Get out of that relationship, please. And of course, it shouldn't be just about Ramadan. And then be like, I'm leaving my boyfriend or my girlfriend who is non-Muslim right now. I'll go back to them after Ramadan. Seriously, is that how you want to live your life? Hmm? Anyway, Ramadan Kareem.